thrown out.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like.
Anybody else? Yeah, go Lloyd.
Oh, no, I'll try to be quick. I guess we're running out of time.
Sorry.
But just, I mean, I agree. Like, it's the hardest thing for me to try to distill the past few days is just this, like, a takeaway for me is this, like, even from the first day, the artist in the institution and also the diversity in the second day, just this notion, like, I think it's great that different people do things differently, and like different institutions do things differently, and that's so when we talk about a model, I'm thinking, I mean, not that this is happening, but just this sort of worry that everybody doesn't have to do the same thing, and it's great if they don't. And what was the second part of that thing? Yeah, just
Okay.
Good
morning.
I feel this little timer because I know
I'm leaning on you like,
say it. Amount of pressure. But I think in terms of that, like the takeaway for me personally, because I don't actually, like I think that programming and marketing are probably two of the biggest like sort of question marks. And I don't know how those programming decisions get made, and I don't know how marketing decisions get made, even on shows where I've participated in, because I've never entered into it in that way. But I think that programming and marketing and how those decisions are made are sort of fundamental to all of these questions. And I guess like the thing that I'm thinking like for next steps for me in terms of the way I approach everything I touch is just to think about what do I do, what do I want that I don't have, how do I get it? Why do I want it? Like just those sort of like very basic fundamental questions. And that, I guess, will tell me what the model should be.
Okay. Jim hasn't said it.
Oh, well, I'll just be very brief. I'm going to walk away. This is not really a next step. It's just a sort of response to what I've been hearing. It may have within, actually, it probably does have a next step or a proposal. It's shocking to me. I have to say that word keeps coming back. Shocking to me, can you hear? The ignorance of what an artistic leader does and how he or she functions. This is very dismaying to me because I feel like I spend a lot of my time talking about it to the point of making myself bored. So I feel I'm leaving feeling a tremendous responsibility to say even more, to talk even more, and to try and demystify what seems to be a lot of misconception. Our next step, I think, would be to really have a field-wide conversation about what is artistic leadership and how is an artistic leader made, what goes into that. And I think it's mostly, if you talk to any of us, it's entirely by self-guided accident. And maybe that's a good thing. But it would be great to actually have some focus and clarity on that process. And if we want to choose that as the way that an artistic leader is created, then great. But it's very unconscious and unstandardized. I think there's no real distinguishing in the field except very indirectly about what is good and what is bad practice as an artistic leader. And maybe there needs to be, to focus on that, some recognition of good leadership as what's exemplary or what's defining in some way, or future-looking, looking to the future. And the second part of that, which is probably related, is the questions about how a director fits into the process of making a play, and the kind of mystery about that too for a lot of people. And I think there would be a lot happier people in the room here, I think, if we had more investment in the process of making good directors. A director comes out of an MFA program probably, or not, and they go into the world, and there is no new dramatist, there's no Lark Center for the playwright, there's no O'Neill Center, there's nothing. That's not completely true. There's a few things, but it's not focused on. And I think we're really suffering in the field for the lack of attention to that critical collaborator. So those are probably pointing to some next steps, and I feel very personally connected to those.
Okay, we have 3 very specific next steps besides lunch, okay? And we have a hard end, we all have to be in the theater at 2. If you are not going to the theater at 2, we could use your ticket, but we would rather you do. And it's always hardest to be the last artist to go to present in a convening like this, because everyone's so sated, but I would encourage you to attend the performance this afternoon. 3 things. We need to get some sense of priorities of the group in the same way that we did the new play map. So we're going to break into your breakout groups, spend a few minutes getting these Post-its written, and then get them on the wall. When you come back from lunch, you're going to come back with your stickers, and you're going to prioritize these. You're going to prioritize the next steps for us by voting the same way you did for the new play map.